So commencement, a week ago, about exactly a week ago, this day and this time, my middle daughter was sitting where you all are. She was about to be hooded for her doctorate, and the way that was set up in that situation, there were chairs behind the graduating class, and I was in one of those folding chairs, thinking, as you all will be in a little bit, that there's a reason that a lot of people don't buy those for use in their homes. And in the very back row of the graduates, actually the last graduate was a young woman, and next to her, on the folding chair next to her, was her daughter. I don't know exactly how old the girl was. She was a toddler. She was just ridiculously cute, right? Little sundress and sandals and her hair all in curls, and she's standing on this folding chair. This is an outdoor ceremony, so the chairs are on grass, and it looks a little teetery to me, but her mom has her arm, around behind her daughter and is on her waist. And as I'm looking at this scene, the daughter is trying to stand up and look at what's going on the platform, and she stops and looks down, picks up her mother's hand, and firmly but gently moves it off from her and away from her. And her mother just leaves it kind of draped across the back of the chair, still within safe reach. And as people start to go across the platform stage, the little girl is kind of craning her neck to watch, and yet at the same time she's kind of blindly swatting behind her at something. And all of a sudden she stops trying to see the stage and looks around and sees that her mother's arm is still there on the back of the chair, and she picks it up and moves it away from behind her. And her mother gives her this look that every parent in the history of parents have given their kids, like, really? Are you sure? But there's her daughter standing now completely on her own, stands up on her very tiptoes, gets this great, completely independent view of the platform. Now, by now, you have to see where I'm going to go with this analogy. This is the moment where, for many of you, the metaphoric arm of the university, and for many of you, your families, comes out from behind you, and you stand independent with a completely unobstructed view of the world ahead of you. Congratulations, that's a great moment. Give yourselves a round of applause for that. But to me, that moment begs two questions. Now that you have that view, what will you choose to see? And what will you do when you see it? It's my hope that one of the things you will all try and see are the needs of those around you. Some of those needs will be old as humankind: hunger, disease, poverty, ignorance. Others will be new. Some will be small and personal, a friend who's going through a tough time. Others will be large, sweeping, existential. How will we sustainably feed a planet of 9 billion people and beyond? And these needs won't always be easy to see. Some will stand in front of you in plain sight and dare you to call them by name. But others will be hidden in intricate disguises. Some will even wrap themselves in an issue of policy, so that it'll be hard to see that beneath that policy are individual human beings and their needs. And there will be times when it will be difficult for you to penetrate that, to see those issues. And society will offer you no shortage of reasons to avert your eyes and look away and not see various needs. Only you can decide how hard you're going to look. But then there's also the question of what you'll do when you see those things. What will your actions be? Among this class, there will be people who will do great things, the sort of things that we'll read about in newspapers or whatever it is you all will get your information in. There'll be some of you that will receive awards back here at alumni ceremonies. But that won't be the majority of us. The majority of us instead will look at issues and ask ourselves a common question in the history of humankind: what can one person do? But my suggestion to you is that one person can in fact do a lot. That each of you, every day, will have nearly countless opportunities to make small differences. As you leave this parking lot today, there will be somebody who will be in a hurry, and they will want to go ahead of you. And you will have the opportunity to wave them through, rather than extending the third digit of your dominant hand and giving them 20% of a wave. That makes a difference. You'll have a chance as you go through life, when you hear something that absolutely makes your blood boil, to act in that moment with righteous indignation, sure that you're about to do the right thing. Or you can pause and remember that the one-sided coin has never yet been invented, and that, as my father used to say, things that seem too bad to be true usually aren't. As I look back over my career, it's not the big things that I would change if I had it. Well, that's not true. There are a few I might do differently, but we're not going to talk about that in a public commencement speech. Get back on track, Tony, focus. The things that I would change are the countless little things, right? The times I was short with a staff member, the times I wasn't sensitive enough to the need of a friend or a family member, the times when someone approached me in a negative way, and I had in that moment a chance to break that cycle, or that chain of negativity, and instead I just responded in kind and kept it going and doubled down on that same approach. I look back over that time now, and the advice that I would tell you is that I believe that the sum of all those little opportunities we have, the countless numbers of them, sum up to make the biggest difference that any of us can make. And it is a substantial and profound difference. So this is my hope for you, members of the May 2019 graduating class of Colorado State University's College of Agricultural Sciences, that you will stand tall on that chair, and with your independent view you will see far, that you will see wisdom to discern what it is that you see, and that you will be empowered with courage to act upon it. Congratulations and Godspeed.